Puppy, I'm trying to work. You just want to sit there and purr, honey. You getting comfortable? Oh my god. Oh, yay! Oh, puppy! No, you cannot lay there, though. Oh, good. Are you going in turkey pose? Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and today's video is actually for us humans, for a change. I was originally just going to show you one little recipe slash kitchen hack, but then as I was making my breakfast this morning, I was like, you know what? There are 3 things I can include in this video that are super easy or just really neat to share, especially if you are a Trader Joe's lover like myself, and if you don't happen to have one near you, or even if you do, these are good hacks to have. Before we get started, if you are new to this channel and like things having to do mainly with cat stuff, and especially raw cat food or nutrition or kitty care, or if you like tidbits and things for humans involving fitness and nutrition and little things like this video and whatever else I feel like posting, then please make sure to click that subscribe button below, as well as the little bell icon that's right next to it, so that you get notified whenever new videos go up, which is typically every Catterday. You want people to join our fam? No, you just want to contemplate life and look out the kitty door? Oh, and this week's Meowed Out of the Week, we're going to throw in a little early on in this video, goes to Wendy P. Thank you so much for your adorable and friendly and always such positive comments. They really make my day, and Puppy, of course, appreciates them as well. And if you would possibly like to be next week's Meowed Out of the Week, then just make sure that you are subscribed to our channel, Cat Lady Fitness, and leave a comment below on this video, and you can possibly get next week's Meowed Out. So, Trader Joe's. If you haven't heard of Trader Joe's, it is amazing. It's a grocery store, but it is so much more than that, and I actually love it so much that a few years ago, I tried my hardest to get one to open in my hometown, which is still a work in progress. I guess he's offended this isn't a cat video this week. So I'm going to show you 3 different Trader Joe's inspired hacks that you can make at home or find near you. The first one is for their very popular Everything But the Bagel seasoning, which is exactly what it sounds like. If you haven't heard of it, it is the seasoning that goes on top of an everything bagel. Now, am I going to say that this will save you money? Not necessarily, because the Everything But the Bagel seasoning at Trader Joe's is only $2, and they have more recently, I noticed, started carrying something comparable at Walmart. But the reason that I decided to make it myself at home, 1, I just love doing stuff like that, but 2, I found that the store-bought Everything But the Bagel seasoning, and especially the Walmart one, was just too salty for my taste, and I always like to control my salt. That's why I always like eating foods at home, and I cook at home often, and I often suggest to my clients to use salt-free seasonings, and that way you can control the sodium content yourself. So in how I make it, I don't use salt, but I will give you an option if you want that more authentic bagel seasoning to add salt, and it's super important if you do that you use sea salt flakes. You definitely don't want to use granulated salt like this kind of everyday sea salt. You don't even want to use coarse Himalayan sea salt, for example, and the reason is because it just doesn't seem to distribute in the shaker so much, and you can even see at the bottom of this one the collection of salt, so it's just kind of annoying when you get to the bottom of a container of something store-bought and it's just a salt bomb in your mouth. As for what you're going to need, you are going to need some dried chopped onion. You'll also need some dried minced garlic. You're going to need some poppy seeds. You're going to need some white sesame seeds. You can see little black specks in there because at one point I just like mixed the white and black together in there, but mostly white, and you're going to need some black sesame seeds. You are also going to need a bowl, basically something to mix it in and store it in. I like to use these mason jars because it also makes measuring very, very easy. So the mixture and the amounts that I'm going to show you are closest to my personal preferences and just what tastes most authentically like an everything bagel to me. All right, let's make this easy and just open up the lid. Take your mason jar. This is, I believe, a 16-ounce mason jar. Add in a half cup of white sesame seeds, about 1/4 cup of the minced garlic, 1/3 cup of the chopped onion. So you can get a measuring cup out for this, or you can just kind of eyeball it in here, which is what I do. For me personally, I've noticed in everything bagels, they have more of the onion flavor to me than the garlic, even though both are potent. So that's why I like to add a little bit more onion than garlic. Next is 3 tablespoons of poppy seed. Again, I'm just going to eyeball it. And I love using the mason jar because you know that each of these notches is 1/4 cup. And for those who didn't know, 4 tablespoons equals 1/4 cup. So I'll basically just try to get right underneath that line. And then I basically top the jar off with the black sesame seeds. I would say this probably comes to 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. And there you go. I mean, that looks pretty cool and pretty as it is. This might actually be a cute gift if you wanted to gift it to someone and they just mix it up themselves. So I'm gonna put the lid on and shake it. The trick is to do a little back and forth shake, but to do the circular shake. That's what really gets stuff going. And then you want to do all directions. So there you go. As you can see, it looks just like the everything but the bagel seasoning. And what I do is I just keep refilling this guy because it already has the sprinkly lid, but that's not a big deal. You can always just take this lid off and grab it with your fingertips or a spoon and sprinkle it on whatever you like. I basically use it as my default on everything. It's really good on anything with avocado. It's good on eggs. It's even good sprinkled on vegetables or salad. Now the second kind of hack Trader Joe's thing I have for you is inspired by this vanilla bean infused maple syrup, which basically tastes like if vanilla buttercream icing was a syrup. That is what this tastes like. But you guys, all they do is put a vanilla bean in here. So all I did was take my big old regular maple syrup, this one just happens to be from Costco, and I took some vanilla beans, which I do happen to have on hand because my kitchen is basically where everybody would go if there was some kind of apocalypse because I have the most random things on hand. And in this amount, it looked like there was half of a vanilla bean that they put in here. So what I did is I just took a whole vanilla bean. I might have even taken 2 just because I got so excited at the vanilla flavor. Cut down the center of them with a sharp, sharp knife to basically score the whole way down, cut them in half, and threw them in this big maple syrup. Now, you can tell the flavor of this, it has been infused and infusing for a while. So if you really want to mimic this stronger vanilla bean flavor, I would put the vanilla beans in the maple syrup and shut it and let it sit in the fridge for at least 2 weeks. The longer possible, the better, just to get that flavor infused into the maple syrup. But you guys, these are basically the same price. Give or take however much you spend on vanilla beans, which can be kind of expensive. I just thought that this would be neat to share here because it's just something I did on a whim. And again, if you don't have a Trader Joe's near you in order to experience this guy, then you can make it yourself. Now on to my last little hack slash secret. And you guys, I'm sorry, I know it's a mess right here, but we're doing what we gotta do. This you will find in the aisle of Trader Joe's where the water is and basically all their canned foods and dressings and things like that. Now, normally you might not expect to find a high quality and good green juice that is in a room temperature aisle. Typically you find a lot of them in the refrigerated section, and you do have a lot of juices in the refrigerated section of Trader Joe's. However, this guy is great. Organic kale, spinach juice, green apple juice, celery, cucumber, lemon juice, ginger powder. That is it. Now, let me tell you a little something. Months before I found this, or saw this at Trader Joe's before they even carried it. You may remember that I shared with you guys that 7-Eleven had started carrying fresh juice, and I was really impressed by it because it was delicious, it was super affordable. They always have them 2 for $5, it seems like, and they come in 16-ounce bottles. Long story short, you guys, this is the same exact stuff as the 7-Eleven organic juice. And actually, 7-Eleven carries more flavors because, like I said, there are a few flavors, and the price is comparable. This, I believe, was something like $4.97, maybe, something around there. The 7-Eleven is 2 16-ounce bottles for $5. But you guys, this stuff is so good. If you don't typically like green juice, but want to get in some of the benefits, want to get in more hydration, and want to get in these great ingredients of this juice, and if you've been turned off in the past by green juices, perhaps tasting a little too green, you will love this stuff. And I'm sorry I don't have a 7-Eleven one here to compare and show you guys right now, but you'll see that it says the same exact things. It's a product of Turkey. It's certified organic by Quality Assurance International. All the same ingredients, all the same nutrition. Basically, you can tell it's from the same source and it's from the same supplier. All right, guys, I hope you found this video interesting or helpful and that you decide to try something out that I shared today. Please let me know in the comments below if you do. I will actually be putting out an extra bonus video this week, so make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe by clicking below, and also to always check out our community tab where I put updates throughout the week, which do include adorable pictures of Puppy. Speaking of Puppy, let's go see what he's doing. I think he's in one of his favorite... Yup, what you doing? Is this one of your favorite nap spots? Might as well tell you guys, if you're interested more in healthy grocery shopping, or learning just how to navigate in grocery stores better, or if you want a handful of recipes that I share in here, this is one of my books, The Grocery Store Tour Guide and Nutritional Workbook. Puppy, can I give it a flip? Which not only makes a great little reference tool to have just to be your healthiest self, but it's also great for kids and teenagers and anybody going off to college because it will help teach you the basics on choosing the right foods, how to store them properly, and like I said, even little recipes and tidbits. Toe beans not included. Alright guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye!